What I'm about to say isn't something I learned from a book, and it's not some shiny advice you hear from men on a stage at a stag. It took most of my life to understand it, and by the time it finally made sense, half my strength was already gone. 40 long, ordinary, beautiful, messy years just to figure out where I actually stand. When you're young, you chase the things everyone claps for. A strong body, a big place to live, a job that sounds impressive when someone asks what you do. Back then, those things feel like oxygen, like without them, you're nobody. But somewhere along the road, quietly, almost without you noticing, you realize none of that reaches the part of you that actually feels life. The real weight of living doesn't sit in your bank account or your resume. It lives in your chest, in that quiet space where your thoughts get honest when the room is dark. I want to tell you what 4 decades have slowly carved into me, not because I'm wiser than you, but because I've paid for these lessons with time I'll never get back. 2 years ago, my body made a decision before my mind was ready. I had to stop working. Medical retirement, they call it. Sounds neat and official, but really it just means your body has had enough of the deal. And when the noise of work disappeared, when the days suddenly became quiet, I was left alone with my own thoughts. No schedules, no deadlines, just long mornings and longer evenings. And that's when the questions started showing up. Where did it all go? All those years, all those mornings I rushed out the door, all those nights I came home too tired to really feel anything. I started counting the things I'd done, not in a proud way, more like a man emptying his pockets at the end of the day. I worked in ski resorts, poured drinks in loud bars, waited tables, cooked in hot kitchens, taught art to kids who barely listened, worked jobs I can't even remember the names of anymore. I wasn't climbing some grand ladder. I was just moving from place to place, job to job, city to city. Sometimes because I wanted to, sometimes because I had no other choice. But there was one thread that never broke: painting. No matter how broke I was, no matter how tired, there was always a canvas somewhere, a brush, a bit of color, a quiet hour where I could just be myself. It never made me rich, not even close, but it kept something inside me alive, something honest, something that felt like mine. If I could sit across from the boy I used to be, 18 years old, restless, impatient, full of noise, I wouldn't give him a speech. I'd probably just say 2 things. Take care of your health and respect your time. Actually, I'd put health first, because if your body falls apart, time stops being a gift. It becomes a burden you drag around. And I'd tell him something else too. Stay away from things that quietly steal your years. Too much drinking, drugs, all those escapes that feel harmless when you're young. They don't just take a night from you. They take mornings. They take clarity. They take whole seasons of your life, and you never get a receipt. The strangest part about time is this. When you're young, a year feels like a lifetime. When you're older, 10 years pass like a weekend. I moved to the Netherlands more than 2 decades ago. 26 years. Even saying it feels unreal. I watched my 2 children grow from tiny, loud, curious little gangs into adults with lives of their own. And sometimes I'd sit there thinking, where did that small laughter go? Those sticky fingers, those little shoes by the door. It all slipped past me like water through open hands. So fast. Too fast. Before that, I spent years drifting around. Odd jobs, cheap rooms, new cities, different faces. If you ask me now whether I regret it, I'd say no. I didn't have much money, but back then that didn't sting the way people think it does. What I had was movement, stories, strange nights and early trains, friendships that lasted a week but felt like years. At that age, I didn't even think I'd live this long. 40 or 50 seemed like a distant planet. But looking back now, those wandering years, they were rough. They were chaotic, sometimes dangerous. There were moments that nearly ended everything. Moments I still don't talk about. But would I erase them? No, because those scars shaped the man sitting here now. Every mistake, every wrong turn, every dark stretch, they sanded down the sharp edges inside me. People love to talk about giving advice to their younger selves, but the truth is, would that younger version even listen? Probably not. You have to touch the fire yourself. You have to fall, get up, and carry the bruise with you. And that's how the shape of your character is formed. Today, I live a simple life. Nothing fancy, nothing you'd see in a magazine. I've been married almost 30 years. And let me tell you, that alone is a kind of victory.
Not the loud trophy kind, the quiet, patient kind. Marriage is a long conversation. It's learning when to give in, when to stay quiet, when to stand beside someone even when the day is heavy. Together, we raised 2 good kids, and in a world where families split like cracked glass, that feels like something real. Deep down, every person wants the same thing. Not applause, not followers, not titles. We want to feel useful. We want to feel like our life has a reason. And most of the time, that reason isn't hiding in an office or a paycheck. It's sitting at your dinner table. It's calling you dad or mom. It's in the people who know your worst days and still stay. As you age, something strange and beautiful happens. You stop caring about the costume. You don't worry as much about brands or hair or who thinks you're impressive. If you can look at yourself in the mirror and feel a small, quiet respect, that's enough. And the relief of that, not playing the game anymore, it's like taking off tight shoes after a long walk. These days, I'm sick more often than I'd like to admit. My body isn't what it used to be, but I still have a brush in my hand. I still have paint under my fingernails. And that gives me something priceless, a reason to wake up, a direction, a small light at the end of each day. For me, it's art. For someone else, it might be a garden, or fixing old engines, or reading stories to a grandchild. But everyone needs that one thing, that quiet purpose that belongs only to them. For 40 years, I gave my strength to other people's schedules, other people's companies, other people's goals. Now, for the first time, the hours feel like they belong to me. Not because I'm rich, but because my life is simple enough to breathe. The urge to paint was always inside me, but now it finally has room to exist in the open. And I can tell you, there is a deep, gentle freedom in doing the thing you were meant to do, even if no one claps for it. It feels like I'm finally stepping into the role I was given when I arrived on this planet. And that feeling, it's lighter than money, stronger than praise. After all these years, I've also learned something else. People matter more than plans. You start noticing faces more, voices more. You give your time more freely without expecting anything back. Kindness stops being a strategy. It becomes a habit. Life is not supposed to be a transaction. It's supposed to be a shared walk. And if there's any hope for this world, it won't come from speeches or leaders or headlines. It will start in living rooms, at kitchen tables, in small neighborhoods where people still look each other in the eye. So if I had to squeeze 40 years into a few quiet sentences, I'd say this: protect your health like it's your only real savings account. Guard your time like it's made of gold dust. Stay away from things that eat your years without asking, and spend as many ordinary moments as you can with the people who feel like home. Because when the noise fades, when the jobs end, when the mirror starts telling the truth, those are the only things that stay.